Excuse me. Gosh, sorry. I am a geyser of mouth flatulence.
It's good to have you back.
Yeah, likewise.
Well, no, the funny part is once you say certain words over, it starts to sound wrong in your head.
Yeah.
Like when I kept saying Joey, I was like, is that a name? What's going on? Does that make sense to anybody? Do people know what I'm talking about? Oh, God. Oh, God.
You ready?
No.
Jump.
Ah! Blackwell.
Oh, Jesus.
The dog. Joey, I didn't know there were dogs in the water. Dogfish. Come here.
In Blackwell Legacy, I established that Joey interrupts and breaks down airborne signals, and I wanted to give Rosa a phone in this game because a lot of people complained about the previous game about how you always had to run back home to use the computer to look up stuff on the internet. And I wanted to fix that by giving Rosa a phone, but I already established that Joey doesn't get along well with mobile devices. So I kind of arbitrarily decided that this only affects phone calls. Stuff like email and internet searches and stuff like that, that can work, but whenever you make a phone call, Joey has to move farther away. So I hope I can be forgiven this small inconsistency. It does make the game flow a lot better, as I hope you agree.
No, it's okay. I'm so used to it at this point. I can now, like, having worked with you, I could read any script. It could be coded in vomit, and I would still just be able to, like, well, okay. I'd be like, here's my bit.
You never know when you'll need a cup of instant. Out of sight, out of mind. I'll relax later. I can't remember the last time I cooked with those. It's getting to the point where I should put the Chinese takeout place on speed dial. He's not going anywhere, as usual. Got a sec?
What is it?
Ugh, I think I swallowed about 1 billion germs in that river.
Next time you take a dip, keep your mouth shut.
Ugh, I think I swallowed about...
Next...
That's all for now.
Yeah.
Joey used to screw with my reception, so I finally got cable TV installed. $70 a month and nothing's ever on. This African ghost drum is supposed to keep ghosts away when you play it. It, doesn't. It was here when I moved in. It's probably older than I am. My end table, full of random junk. I used to stare into that thing for hours. Still do sometimes. My radio listening days stopped when Joey came along. I sold most of my books after getting my phone. This thing is perfect for reading on the subway. Those are old first editions. I don't want to mess with them. I've had this one for about 10 years now. I suppose it's due for a trim. I don't need anything from those cabinets. Better not touch this one. It's precarious enough as it is. It's Griff, the PI bear. He's 30 years old but doesn't look a day over 20. Better leave him alone. I don't want anything to happen to him. It's Griff, the PI. Better leave him alone. I don't want anything to happen to him. It's broken, but it looks good on the wall. Just some old articles, bills, and reminders. Nothing important. Since I got my phone, I only use this for writing. I don't have time to do any writing. And if I need to use the internet, I've got... Since I got my phone, I don't have time to do any writing. And if I need to use the internet, I've got my phone. I haven't changed the month in ages. I'll change the month later. This building doesn't have a doorman anymore, so they put in these buzzers. I don't need to buzz anyone in. The article is titled, "The Rise and Fall of the Meltzer Foundation." I didn't write it, but I did kind of make it happen. It's fine where it is. It's a poster for a movie called Water Under the Bridge. It's fine where it is. It's the last article I ever wrote for the Village Eye newspaper. It was about 3 college kids who committed suicide. It's fine where it is.
I'm surprised that thing hasn't collapsed into a pile of moldy fluff by now. I'm surprised. Not sure what blowing on that will achieve. Yeah, that stopped being funny a long time ago.
I don't need to boil any water. It's just trash. There's nothing in there worth taking. I probably should get that disconnected, but for some reason I like having the landline handy. I don't need to use that phone. I'm mobile now.
It's open. Come on in. I'll be out in a sec. Is this how high-rolling reporters live nowadays?
Sorry about that. I haven't been feeling well, as I said. Who's your friend? Is something wrong?
Jeremy, are you dead?
I certainly feel sick enough to be dead. I haven't been able to leave the apartment in 2 days. I just caught a nasty bug or something. Horrible timing. I'm on the verge of something really big. That's why I need your help.
You need our help, all right.
Sorry, but who are you?
I'm with her.
This is Joey. He's kind of my... friend.
And he just tagged along?
Yes, it's kind of his thing.
I see. Well, it's nice to meet you, Joey. I like the hat. Anyway, how about we get down to business?
Are you sure there's nothing else wrong with you?
It's just the flu. Nothing to worry about. I'll be fine in a few days. I just want to get this article submitted before it's too late.
All right, Jeremy, tell me about this article of yours.
Brilliant. I knew you wouldn't let me down. Do you know where the City Post news office is?
I think so.
This flu is making it hard to remember everything, but I kept pretty good notes. Just go up there and tell them I sent you. My notebook is on my desk. I'd go myself, but I'm not exactly up to snuff.
Snuff is the word.
Joey!
What?
So what do you say? Will you help me?
Yes, of course I'll help. It's what I do. Are you sure nothing seems off?
This flu is making everything seem off. Why?
Oh, no reason. Remind me, what do you need me to do again?
The first thing is go over to the City Post news office and grab my notes from my desk. Then we'll take it from there. The receptionist should let you in. I'll call her and tell her you're on your way.
So, Jeremy, tell me about yourself. We never got much of a chance to talk back then.
Me? I was born upstate, moved here after college, wrote freelance for a bunch of papers, including the Village Eye. Not much else to tell, really.
Well, I better get going.
Thanks. I really appreciate this, Rosangela.
Yeah, look, you can call me Rosa.
All right, Rosa it is, then.
Jeremy? Are you dead? Jeremy? Are you dead? Jeremy, are you dead? You old sock.
In the original draft of this game, Jeremy was not a ghost. He was alive. And he met Rosa at a cafe, and they talked about their old life together at the Village Eye and how he was investigating this thing with psychics, and she helped him. And I didn't like it, A, because I couldn't really justify why Jeremy needed Rosa's help. And I figured, well, the only reason why he would need Rosa's help is if he was a ghost. And so the light bulb went off, and hey. So I killed him off and made him a ghost instead. I mentioned earlier how I originally had a different background artist, and when wasn't working out, I started canvassing new artists, and Indrek came along, and this was kind of his first background. He wanted to show off the lighting effect that I mentioned before, where he would generate different light maps, and I think he was trying to show off for me because there are, like, I think about 4 or 5 different lighting schemes for this room. There's the door open if the lights are on, the door closed if the lights are on, the door open if the lights are off, and all these different lighting schemes. So he was trying to show off, and it definitely worked. I was definitely impressed. Of course, they were a pain to program, but I was definitely impressed.
Jeremy?
Yes?
Well, I better get going.
All right. Thanks again, Rosa.
It's been a few years since I saw him. He looks exactly the same. I guess he always will now. Lots of nonfiction and books by journalists. Those look like articles Jeremy wrote for the City Post. None from the Village Eye, though. Can't say I blame him. Jeremy's desk is neat as a pin. He always was a bit of a neat freak. The hustle and bustle of 23rd Street. A bit noisy, but it's nice to look at. I don't need to open the window. It's cold enough in here already. I'll talk to him later. This is awkward enough as it is. He better not say anything stupid. Oh my God. Is that me? I mean, us?
Yeah. You remember the '05 Christmas party?
Yeah, that was a while ago.
I was going through some old pictures when I came across yours. That's why I thought to call you.
I see. I don't even remember getting this picture taken. I must have been wasted. I remember waking up with my pants tied around my neck, but nothing else. Sorry, what? No, it's right here. It's in my script. Sick.
Funny thing about this picture, it was drawn by a woman named Jenna Leader. She did all the close-up photos, and she did a bunch of close-ups in the previous game as well. But the funny thing about this is that I sent her the portrait of Jeremy, and it was the ghost portrait, obviously, and I sent it to her, and I said, yep, this is what he looks like. And she looked at it, and she drew him blonde. And I had never really envisioned him blonde. But I figured, yeah, why not? He can be blonde. It really made no difference. So Jeremy became a blonde by that. And also, just as a nod to the first game, I gave Rosa her outfit from Blackwell Legacy.
This was really 5 years ago? I barely remember it. This was really 5 years ago? Ugh, what a horrible picture of me. It's Jeremy, back when he was alive. I don't even remember getting this picture taken. It's Jeremy, back when I never knew Jeremy was so religious.
Oh, I'm not. Not really. It belonged to my grandmother.
I'm not here to loot Jeremy's stuff. That's just morbid. Looks like it leads to a back room.
Oh, I wouldn't go in there. The bedroom's a total sty. I've been too sick to clean up.
Sure, no problem.
Hey, look. Before you go, I just want to, well, apologize. I know it's a bit weird calling you up and asking you such a big favor like this.
Don't worry about it.
Well, when I'm over this flu, I'll make it up to you. I promise.
No, you don't have to do that, really. Just take care of yourself.
Well, that was unexpected.
Yeah, I suppose.
You know where that newspaper office is?
Yeah.
Then let's hop to it.
Could I help you?
What do you know about Jeremy Sams?
Jeremy? He works here. His office is just up there on the second floor, but I haven't seen him in a few days.
So you don't know where he is now?
I have no idea. If you'd like to leave him a message, I'll let him know you stopped by.
I was told you'd be expecting me. My name is Rosangela Blackwell.
Sorry, I wasn't told anything.
Really? I need to go inside and pick up some notes.
Sorry, but if you don't have permission to be here, I can't let you in.
I really do need to see Jeremy's notes. Maybe you could get them for me?
No, I can't.
Do you know anything about Jeremy's death?
Huh?
Jeremy's death. I'm kind of looking into it.
Jeremy's dead? Are you serious?
You mean you don't know?
Of course not. What happened to him?
I'm not sure.
What do you mean you're not sure? How did he die? What happened?
I don't know.
Where is he now?
I don't know.
Right. This is sick. I think you should get out of here before I call security.
That's my girl, making friends wherever she goes.
Could I ask you a few questions?
I don't think so, no.
Could I ask you a few questions?
I don't think so, no. Just leave, please.
I'll be going, I guess.
Bye. What?
So watch the plosiveness.
Is that breathiness? Is that?
The breathing. Yeah. What? Like, just watch that.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't do that either.
Oh, really?
Don't spit.
Don't spit? You don't think that's a good character choice?
I don't think she's a spitter.
To salivate? Because I was seeing her as just like having salivation just running down her face the whole time. Just as in like constant. That's why she's the night receptionist, folks.
The woman playing this character, this receptionist, she's actually a fan of Blackwell, and she happens to be local. And she came to some of the game dev events here in New York, and we kept in touch. And she always kept begging me to do a voice in one of the games. Her name is Julia Doolittle. And I said, okay, you can do this receptionist. And she actually was a really good actress, and I felt kind of bad that I gave her this really dinky little part. So if she's still around when I need some more voices, you'll definitely be hearing her again. In Blackwell Convergence, there was a newspaper article, and the name of the newspaper was the City Post. And when I started writing Deception, I figured, why not make that the city's newspaper, and that's the newspaper that you go to here. Unfortunately, I didn't think ahead. And with a name like the City Post, I could never call it the city. Normally you would say the newspaper office. I'll say the New York Times. I'm going to the New York Times office. I couldn't say you're going to the City Post office because it sounds like you're going to mail a letter or get a package or something. So I kind of went out of my way to avoid saying that. Like I'm going to the City Post newspaper, or the City Post lobby, or the office where, Jeremy works, or something like that. So it's probably the most neurotic thing I've ever done, but there you go. Problem sometimes when you have a minor character like this receptionist, and there's some others in the game, is that they don't really have a real personality or anything, a real hard-hitting about them that you can build a design around. Like, what do they look like? I don't know, just make something up. I didn't want to do that this time around, so I turned to the fan base, and I asked some of the more hardcore fans, the people who are really the really diligent beta testers, or the ones who are very evangelical about my stuff. They talk about my stuff on forums and stuff like that. I approached some of them and asked them if it would be cool if I based some minor characters off of them. And this receptionist is based on one such fan named Shani Rose. So, Shani, thank you. This one's for you.
Here's my card. Could you call me if you hear anything?
Spiritual consultant. Are you for real?
You know what? Never mind.
I told you those business cards were a stupid idea.
Shut up.
Excuse me?
Nothing. She looks tired. Looks like a standard switchboard phone to me. I have my own phone. A waterfall. At the Village Eye, we had one plastic plant. I'm not putting my hand in that. I can't get there from down here. I can't see much from down here, but I think it says Junior Reporters. I'm guessing that's where Jeremy's desk is.
Just find whoever did this, okay? Oh, understanding has been reached. It's really, the receptionist and Rosa have connected.
They both have red hair.
Oh, that's true. Maybe they'll be like secret sisters in the sequel. They'll be like long lost siblings. This is me trying to get myself a bigger part.
No reaction. I guess with the door open like that, a breeze is nothing new.
My name is Rosangela Blackwell. I was told you'd be at... That's... I don't know why it just went... My name is Rosangela Blackwell. Sorry.
No, nothing like that.
Oh, come on now.
I can't make heads or tails out of what this says. Leads into an office. I'm not just gonna float through any random door I see. Looks like a press pass. An office cubicle, empty. It's one of them computer things. It's the notebook that Jeremy asked us to find. It's closed right now. I can't read what's inside.
Hi there. I'll be going, I guess. Bye.
Are you done? Or do I need to call security to read the line?
Oh no.
Okay, sorry. It's just, with the headphones on, I want to find the most disgusting possible noise. I think I may have found it, actually.
It's pretty quiet out there tonight. It's quitty quiet. Quitty quiet out here tonight.
Long-term fans will recognize this character, Sam Durkin. He first appeared in the Shiva as the guy who accused the rabbi of murder. He also showed up in Blackwell Unbound. He was Mavis Wilcox's son, and now he's back in this game. I think he's just going to kind of be the Jay and Silent Bob of all Wadget Eye games we do, or at least all the Wadget Eye games that take place in this universe. So you'll be seeing him again. Originally, going to the Highline involved a couple of extra steps. You had to Google the Highline on your phone and find out where it is, and then you would go. And when I first designed the game, the Highline had only been reopened for a few months. It used to be just this, old train track thing that no one ever went to, but I figured that no one would know what it was. But now it's a year later, and everyone knows what the Highline is, at least if you're from New York. If you're not from New York, you probably never heard of the Highline, but I can just imagine people from New York looking at that and being like, why do I have to look this up? It's the Highline. So I just had it come up on your map instantly so I don't piss off the New Yorkers. You don't want to piss off the New Yorkers. In each Blackwell game, there's always a location or background based on a place that I really enjoy going to in real life, IRL. In Blackwell Legacy, there was Washington Square Park and the dog park area there. In Unbound, there was Roosevelt Island. In Convergence, there was the lighthouse. Those are all real locations. And the real-life location in Deception is the Highline here. And it's a place that had just opened up about a year ago. It was this old elevated train track that would it was used to carry products to various factories up and down the east by the Hudson River, and it was abandoned for decades, and they finally reopened it as a park, and it's become one of my favorite places to go. So now you can go there in this game. If anything, I recently heard about an episode of CSI New York where there was a murder on the Highline. But I don't know if that episode will have come out by the time this game comes out, or if it's out by the time you play this, or if you've seen it. But I came up with this idea over a year ago in 2010, July. So, I got it first.
Jeremy, I'm so sorry. He looks pretty grim. I wonder what he's doing here.
What do you want me to do, blow in his ear? Folks call this area Chelsea nowadays, but to me, it'll always be Little Bohemia. Wouldn't it be a kick to fly through the skyline? Being tied down to a host is such a drag sometimes.
It's pretty quiet out there tonight. Good. I don't want someone looking up here and seeing me talk to myself. No. There's been enough death here already. Excuse me, officer?
It's Detective Durkin. And you shouldn't be up here at this hour.
The guy playing Sam Durkin, his name is Francisco Gonzalez, a.k.a. Grundislav. That's kind of the handle he goes by on the internets. He is the author of the Ben Jordan series of adventure games. They're free, and while I have yet to play them, I keep meaning to. Sorry, Francisco. I hear they're very, very good. They have a lot of fans, so you should all totally play them. His first role that he ever did for anything I've ever done was the Shiva back in 2006. And the role was Sam Durkin. And here he is, playing him again. I think this is the third time we've seen this character. And Francisco has had a role in just about every game I've ever done. So, yeah, that's Francisco.
Did something happen here?
No, I'm doing street art. Of course something happened. You should run along home. You don't want the same thing to happen to you.
Someone died, didn't they?
Gee, what tipped you off? Believe me when I say you don't want to be involved.
Could you tell me who it was?
Couldn't, even if I wanted to, because we don't know.
So it's, what do you call it, John Doe?
Yeah, sure, whatever.
I think I know who the victim was.
You do, huh?
His name was Jeremy Sams.
And how do you know this?
I just do?
You just do. Ish. What is it about Pox that brings out all the crazies?
I'm positive the victim is Jeremy. Maybe I can ID the body.
You want to come look at the body? You know how crazy you sound?
I do?
You come out of nowhere and say you know a stiff by looking at an outline on pavement? Yeah, sounds crazy. Even if you could ID the guy, it wouldn't hold up.
I'm offering information here. Why won't you take it?
You think you're the only crackpot with a theory? We have procedures. We'll release a photograph and then get a proper ID. Now run along.
Right. I'll be back.
It's a free country.
Does this mean anything to you?
Nah. Should it?
Never mind.
Mm-hmm.
He must be investigating whatever happened here. I just wish I knew why he looks so familiar. He must be
Come on in. Oh, hi, Rosa. Make yourself at home.
Jeremy?
Yes?
The receptionist at the City Post won't let me in.
Really? I called her and told her to expect you. Strange. I'll give her another call after you leave.
The receptionist at the City Post still won't let me in.
Really? I called her.
Well, I better get going.
All right. Thanks again, Rosa.
Jeremy, could I have this photo?
Really? You want it?
If it's okay.
Sure. I've got copies somewhere. Go right ahead.
Thanks. He looks pretty grim. I wonder what he's doing here. Is this the same man you found?
Let me see that. That's him, all right. What did you say his name was?
Jeremy Sams.
Jeremy Sams. And what's your relation to him?
We used to work together.
You know any of his family? Anyone we can notify or speak to?
I know he was a reporter for the City Post.
Right. I'll give him a call. And we're gonna have to follow up with you, too. You got a number?
Here's my card.
Spiritual services, huh? Why do I always end up with the nuts? Anyway, right. Good night. Don't stay up here too long. It ain't safe.
You're welcome?
This is as good a time as any to talk about Abe Goldfarb, the guy playing Joey. There's really not much else I can say about him at this point. If you've played all the other games, I've kind of said everything I can say. I've known him for like almost almost all my life. He's just one of the most incredible actors I know. He's also just recently married this amazing lady. I'm really happy for him, and he still he's really busy, but still takes the time to work on these little games with me. So it's always very nice. The one thing that's great about writing for a character where you really know the actor playing it is that you just know how they're going to say it, and this line, "You're welcome," I just know Abe, and I know how he would say it, and he certainly did not disappoint.
Jeremy, I'm so sorry. That's just morbid. Joey,
What is it this time?
who would do this?
Dunno, Red, but if it helps the spook, we need to find out.
Who would do this?
Dunno, Red, but if it...
The High Line is a park that just opened a few months ago. I've always meant to go over there.
New parks going up, old buildings going down. This city changes so fast it's hard to keep track.
So what's your take on Jeremy?
My take? He seems like a nice enough kid. Keeps his cards close to his chest, though.
What do you mean?
You know spooks, sweetheart. They make no sense half the time. It's like their minds have snapped. They try so hard to deny their own death that they can't think straight. But your Jeremy? He's a sharp one. Completely lucid.
You're right. It was easy to forget that he was dead. It was like we were having a real conversation.
Yeah, that's what worries me. Goes against the rules, such as they are.
That's all for now.
Yeah.
Jeremy and the High Line are obviously connected somehow.